I'm alive. Hello. Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are. If you're where I was yesterday, it's very early morning. Talking of which, you'll have to excuse me if I'm a little less than coherent today. I'm jet lagged to hell, basically. 17 hours, 3 flights yesterday on my way back from Arizona. So I'm not complaining because it was a fabulous trip. And I had a great time, as did the 7 fabulous humans who were with us. Good afternoon, Melanie. How are you? But yeah, jet lag is, oh my God. I just feel like I'm in a daze today. I've been stuffing up with coffee, which doesn't help because you get a coffee high and then you get a coffee low, don't you, when the coffee rush wears off. If you are here, say hello in the comments, please. Give us a yay or a hello so I can see you. I'm going to need your energy today. I'm going to need to thrive off your energy. So give us a hello in the comments if you are watching this live. That would be totally fabulous. I'm just going to take another swig of coffee, see if I can get myself at least in the land of living. Rita's here too. Hello, Rita. Now, by the way, guys, if you are appearing as if you are appearing as a Facebook user, have a look at the bottom of the screen here. You can see that link, streamyard.com/Facebook. If you go to that link, you can't click it, you have to type it in, streamyard.com/Facebook. There's a button on there you can click to give Facebook permission to display your name, and I would love for that to happen. So, for instance, Facebook user here. Hi, Jonny, it's Mimi. I know who you are, my dear. Mimi was with us in Sedona, Arizona, and a good time was had by us all, wasn't it, Mimi? It was a fabulous trip. Big energy boost heading your way. Thanks, Caroline. I can feel it. I can feel your energy. Ooh, coming down out of the clouds. We've got here, Facebook user, nice one for the invite. Jonny, not sure who you are. So you specifically, Mr. or Mrs. Facebook user, if you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, you can press a button that gives StreamYard permission to display your Facebook name so we can have a proper old conversation. That's a name I don't recognise. Betty Rice. Hello, Betty. You may have been here once before. Nancy, I've seen your name around. Wow. Well, look, we have got some enthusiasm for this topic today, haven't we? So streamyard.com/Facebook if you are displaying yourself currently as a Facebook user, if you haven't done it before. So I'm going to put the actual ticker on the bottom here. Actually, not that one. Not that one. That one. I was giving you a sneak preview there. So the topic for today is how to revive a dead Facebook group. Let's have some engagement first. Fingers on keyboards. Oh, Laura's here. Oh my goodness. The last time I was in a chat with Laura, see if you can remember what you were doing, Laura. See if you can remember what you're doing. I'll put the comment up on the screen because I remember it really well. Question to Laura Brennan. What were you doing the last time you were on a live with me and we streamed it into the group? See if you can remember. See if you can remember. Oh, look, Sean's here. Did it work? Yeah, that worked perfectly. Sean is now displaying himself. So listen, it does work. We've just proved it. So if you go to, where did I put my glasses on? Somewhere, that one. If you go to that one, streamyard.com/Facebook, you can be sure that Facebook is going to display your name. Yeah, fantastic. Well, it is great to have you all here. Somebody from Arizona, you see, has not done it yet. Streamyard.com/Facebook. Go below, Facebook user, and tell it to display your name. So display your name. There you go. Laura Brennan was making eggs. Well, let's qualify that. That could be taken two ways, couldn't it? You weren't actually making eggs. The eggs has been made. They were laid by another creature, weren't they? They were not your eggs that you were making. You were cooking the eggs, Laura Brennan. That's what you were doing. You were cooking the eggs. and they look delicious too. They look absolutely fantastic. Yeah, you said I was cooking eggs. Yeah, exactly. Making eggs probably could be taken more than one way, but only in my filthy mind wouldn't quite work. Sean is complimenting me. Quite stylish. Quite. We're going to start with that adjective. I would say very stylish. Oh, I said the same thing back then, did I, Laura Ben? That you weren't making eggs, you were cooking it. I know you say that in America, don't you? Because we got that in our kitchen. We were just in a villa in Arizona. There was 10 of us there in total. And some people were making eggs. Obviously, I had to make the stupid, snarky comment about the fact that you weren't actually making eggs. But never mind. Listen, let's get on with it, shall we? Let's get on with the topic for today. And the topic is a biggie, isn't it? Because clearly you're all here and you're all excited about it. So 10 ways to revive a Facebook group. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take some prompts from my screen over here, and I'm going to give you an audio visual experience, which we love, don't we? So I'm just going to share this very screen. I could have set this up beforehand, but I didn't. So right here we have 10 ways to revive a dead Facebook group. Now, some of the things here will be actually transferable to not only other Facebook platforms, so in other words, your personal profile and your business page, but some of these will also be relevant if you're on other forms of social media too. So, you know, there's some universal kind of engagement stuff, you know. And I'm glad Sam's here watching it live. Woohoo! That is just fantastic. Did I see your comments? I don't know who you are, so I can't possibly say. 10 ways to revive a dead Facebook group. And by the way, at the end of it, I'm going to give you a link to this PDF. So by all means, sketch down some notes if you want to, pull anything out that's particularly resonating with you. But I'm going to give you a link to download this PDF for free, because that's what I'm like. So who's it for? Well, this is for you if you've got a Facebook group which hasn't ever gotten much engagement. There you are, I'm being American today. Or you have a group that used to be better and now it's kind of rubbish. Or you feel like you're putting lots of effort and energy into it, but it's just not paying you back. Posting stuff that nobody seems to respond to. Wondering why the hell you're even bothering. Oh my God, Sarah's here, Mo's here, fantastic. Hey, this has got to be a record for one of these sessions. We've got nearly 40 people. That's excellent. What I want you to do, fingers on keyboards, folks, because this is going to be an interactive session, much as it can be on StreamYard. I want you to have a look at this screen and tell us which of these apply to you. 1, 2, 3, or 4, or indeed all of them. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So number 1, you've got a Facebook group, hasn't got much engagement, or it used to be better, now it's turned rubbish. You put a lot of effort and energy into it, it's just not paying you back. You get that feeling? You're posting stuff that nobody seems to respond to. Wonder what the hell you're even bothering. You can pick more than one, but write some numbers in the comments, please. 1, 2, 3, and/or 4. Caroline's got all of them. I see. Yeah, Nancy's got 2. Mel's got 3 and 4. Yeah. Okay, so lots and lots of stuff going on here. Nancy, Caroline, Mimi, Mo is a 2 and 3. Okay, so yeah, I picked some goodies here, haven't I? Number 3 is an interesting one, isn't it? A lot of you are jumping on that because that's a feeling, isn't it? It's a feeling that you're putting a lot of effort into it. And of course, feelings are how we experience our world, aren't they? How we feel leads to how we talk and how we do things. Yeah, so we've got some good ones here. We've got 5 hits going well. I want it to get even better. Don't know who you are, Facebook user. If you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, you can tell us your name, or you can just type your name here. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so there's an innovative number 5. We like that one, don't we? That's a really, really good one. So if those are the problems we're experiencing, what could be the problem? Well, I would say this, because I've done it many, many times with client groups, that it is easier than you think to revive a dead group. And as with all problems, we've got to define the problem accurately, haven't we? And the problem is one or both of two forms. First problem being this, higher Victoria seed. First problem being this, an audience problem. Now, this is the most common. It's the most common because, I'll tell you this, it's actually quite easy to sit down and type some stuff on a keyboard, isn't it? If you know what you're doing and you're familiar with your modalities and you're a skilled practitioner, you can probably write content that is a little bit, at least, informative, interesting, even entertaining, right? But if nobody's listening, if you've got the wrong audience or not enough of an audience, then you're never going to get any engagement, because engagement is a multiple of numbers in your audience and the quality of your content, right? So I don't see as many people with a content problem as an audience problem. You're barking at the traffic like some rabid dog sitting at the interchange for some reason. I love my metaphors. So it is most common because you haven't accurately defined who you're inviting or why. Now, bad news. I'm not going to do an ICA session today. I'm not going to talk to you about an ideal client avatar, right? This is not going to happen today. We will do one, I promise. We'll probably do it over the next few weeks. But I'm going to leave you to a large extent to grapple with that conundrum. Is it an audience problem? Are you talking to the wrong people? Or indeed you haven't got anybody at all? And the concept problem is you're not hitting the spot in terms of what excites, engages, and entertains them. So you can still balls it up, can't you? Even with the wrong audience. So let's just take a breath and ponder on that. I'll talk to Mimi. Mimi was one of our honoured guests in our villa in Sedona. I'm kind of okay. I'm jet lagged to buggery, as we might say in the UK. 17 hours, 3 flights yesterday. I just can't sleep on planes, so I'm going to be better tomorrow, I think, something like that. So audience problem or content problem? Well, how to fix it? If you have an audience problem, here's my hot tip. Niche, niche, and niche again. See how deep you can go. See how small an audience you can generate, you can create. Don't forget, the smaller the audience you're chasing, the easier it is to dominate, because there won't be many people chasing after them for that particular thing, will they? So, if you can drill down from dealing with the whole world to dealing with, let me pick one out of the sky, beagle owners. Yeah. Kelly Wynn, don't know if you're here today, Kelly. If you are, say hi. Kelly is the beagle lady. She trains the owners or the parents or the carers, whatever you want to call yourselves, of people who have beagles, trace the owners of beagles, right? Only beagles, no other breed. She has 26,000 members in her Facebook group right now. Only beagle owners, right? So niche, niche, and niche again, because, I'm never going to get sick of telling you this. If you're trying to appeal to everyone, you'll appeal to no one. Why would anybody join a group of the general public? It's like walking into a bus shelter, isn't it? You're unlikely to, or a train station on the platform. You're unlikely to meet people just like you in a crowd of commuters on a train station, right? The only thing you've got in common is that you're going to get on a train. So think about this. When people join your group, they want to feel like they're amongst people like them, right? So get this type. Let's say we're not really doing that session today, but decide who you'd like your group to help. Make sure it speaks to their biggest challenge. Make your client niche as narrow as possible. Oh, we've got them here. Some great examples. The Beagle Lady, Kelly Wynn. Brush wizards, mental health and support for painters and decorators. Doesn't that sound bonkers? How many people stop at this, right? Mental health and support. The mental health and support group. Seen loads of those, right? Mental health support group for everybody, for anybody and everybody, right? Well, the bad news there is anybody and everybody. If that's all they've got in common, they haven't got a lot in common, have they? But look what Gary's done here, Gary Proctor. Brush wizards, mental health and support for painters and decorators. Brilliant, isn't it? Why has he done that? Well, he's a painter and decorator himself, of course, that's why. Herpreneur. So look, there's a lot of faffing around, isn't there, with business coaching, right? Business coaching. Aoife Tynan, our lovely friend Aoife, has started a business called the Herpreneur. Well, that word is a bit of a mangle, isn't it? But doesn't that word explain it? I think it does. Herpreneur means women in business, right? Not only that, but the subtitle is ambitious mums. So ambitious mums in business. So there's a nice niche as well. So just think on this. So we're not going to ponder too much on ICA today. This is not an ICA masterclass. We do quite a few of those. But if you find it tough to niche, you might want to just go into your back catalogue. Into your back catalogue of people that you've helped in the past. All right. Mo's been a little bit cynical here. I will display this just for completeness. Yeah, it's not. Oh, come on. I'm not even going to say that word. But yeah, we like the message. Thanks for that insight, Mo. Yeah, if you find it tough to niche, just go into your back catalogue and think about some of the people that you've helped in the past. See if you can find some commonalities, in how they hang out, where they hang out, what jobs they do, all this kind of stuff. So you can find more people like them. So that's a very, very short ICA masterclass. There you go. Okay, so if you have a content problem, if you're happy with your tribe and they all seem to be, kind of gelling with each other and you like the people that are around you, then here's how to address them. Think of your content in two ways. And the first one is actually more important. The first one is your static content, your banner, the group name, the about section. What does that say about what the group is and who it's for and what people will get when they get there, right? Be very, very clear on this. Yeah, my group's called Jonny Hates Marketing, Organic Client Attraction for Coaches and Therapists. There isn't any ambiguity in that, is there? That tells us not only that there's a funky name that might attract you, Jonny Hates Marketing, a great name, right? But it also says who it's for, coaches and therapists. And it tells you what you'll get when you get there, organic client attraction, okay? So just be clear on this. Your static content is so much more important than your dynamic content, because your static content is the thing that's going to attract people into your group in the first place. And if it hasn't done that, if there's nobody there, it doesn't matter how good your posts are, does it? Because no one's going to read them. Is that making sense? Give us a yay in the comments if you understand the distinction between static content and dynamic content and you agree that static content is more important. Give us a yay if you're behind that as a concept. I want to see all the yays lighting up here. Give us a yay if it makes sense that static content, your mission statements, your banners, your groups, your group name, the about section, if it makes sense, if you understand that that's more important than the daily content that you post. Because if no one's reading your daily content, it doesn't matter how good it is, does it? Can we all get behind that? Yeah, give us a thumb or a yay, whatever you can. I think they bothered typing. Give us a summit. Give us something to hang my hat on. So we're getting a whole bunch of yays here, aren't we? So in terms of content, your content has to make your members feel these 5 things. And I wish I could make an acronym out of that. I guess I can. It could be sway. Is it swayed? No, it isn't swayed, is it? That's my jet lag kicking in. It's kind of SARD-you, isn't it, if we do it in a different way. These 5 points, right? And by the way, you can write these down if you want, if you think it'll help. But I will give you a link to this PDF afterwards, so you've got it. But here are just some of the things, some of the 5 most important things people need to feel when they're in your group. In a lot of modalities, particularly therapy, they need to feel it's safe, don't they? Because they might be bearing their soul and talking about their intimate problems. They also need to feel it's different. What's the point just joining another ho-hum Facebook group, just like everybody else's Facebook group? They need to feel that it's exclusive, so they're going to get stuff in there they can't get anywhere else. That's different to being different, isn't it? You can be different and you can be different in common with a few others. Exclusive means they're going to get stuff that they can only get here. You can only get, thank flip, it's Friday here, right? So there's an example. Useful, of course, needs to feel like being in your group is useful. They're going to learn something they can actually apply to their lives and improve their lives. And what about this? If you could master this, If you could make your group so fantastic that people couldn't resist coming in there and showing up and staying there on a daily basis, that'd be great, wouldn't it? If they get addicted to it, all right? So think on those 5 things. Every time you put fingers on keyboards, think, is this content going to serve one of those emotions? Is it going to make people feel any of those things, right? And if it does, then you're on it. So use your content as a way of triggering conversations. Conversations in groups are the number one thing that you've got to achieve, right? This is not an advertising board. Your group is not a billboard. It's not a platform for you to sell your shit day in, day out, right? It is a place for engagement and conversations. The better you get at starting conversations in your group, the more you are going to get out of it. Yeah, Mark Cooper says, sweet. How do I update my info on my page? Well, there's lots of info on a page. If you mean the about section, you just go to the edit thing and type your about section, don't you? I can show you offline, Rita, if you're not sure. Just go to your group settings, and then there's a bit in there that says group description and that kind of thing. You can do it in there. Specific age range in your group. Well, I would say rather than doing that, you could allude to it, couldn't you? You know, we see menopause groups and we see retired groups. We see, I don't know, millennials groups, that kind of thing. I'm particularly seeing a group with a numerical age range, but you can do. Caroline thinks it's SUDA. Safe, different, exclusive, useful, addictive. Yeah. If anybody can make an actual word out of that, then you get a special prize. Those 5 things. Wonderful. So look, the easiest way to get engagement, right? And this is before we get onto the 10 ways to revive your group, by the way. This is just a little bit of preamble before we start. So the easiest way to do that is asking simple questions, isn't it? Consistently. Get some questions out there. And I'm not going to give you any examples today, but check out the GHM group. We're asking questions all the bloody time because we're curious. We're nosy bastards, right? And we go into the group on a daily basis, Lisa and I, in the spirit of loving curiosity. And loving curiosity means that we want to know what you're up to, want to know what floats your boat, want to know what you need, want to know what you've got that you don't want and what you want that you haven't got. So we ask questions about it, don't we? We start conversations quite successfully. And then the way that you answer those conversations steers us to the next step, that kind of thing. Okay, so now you're aware of what might be causing dead group syndrome. So just to recap, it's either an audience problem or a content problem or a holy alliance of both, God forbid. So now you're aware that it's one of both those 2 things. Let's have a look what we can do to wind it up a bit. So yeah, I just want to make a point before we go into these, that the audience and content strategies above, principles, if you like, they apply to any group anytime, don't they? It's not just a dead group. It's if you're starting a group, for example. And if you're doing those badly, you are going to find it hard to develop any kind of a tribe, even if you start from scratch. But if you've already built a group that's become dormant, feels like it's on life support, let's have a look at these things. Let's have a look at these 10 specific things. Okay, so number 1, just on the bottom of the screen there. Give it a new name. How do I get rid of that black thing there? Go away. Let me get rid of that thing. Oh, for God's sake, that's not it. I've destroyed it completely. Hang on a minute. Let me just open this again. Oh my God. Right. So we were here, weren't we, at number 1? Bear with me, folks. Okay. So I'm going to exaggerate this and make it a little bit bigger. Okay. So freshen it up is number 1. Freshen it up. Why is freshening up a good idea? Well, it's because it gives you an excuse to post something. In fact, when you do a new banner, Facebook posts it as an image in the group and says, look at this fantastic new image, and assuming members will get informed, won't they? If you change the name of the group, again, your members get informed that you've changed the name. If you change the about section, that'll get posted as a post in the group to say, you've just changed the name of it. But What I like about this is that it creates a bit of excitement, a bit of a buzz, doesn't it? People like the idea of something new. And if you change the name of the group, particularly, you can write a post all about it, about the ethos, and the banner to go with that. You can change the name of the group once every 28 days. You can change the banner as frequently as you want, but just be careful with this. I mean, there's a caveat. We don't want to be confusing the hell out of people on a regular basis. So be selective about how frequently you do this. And it will have a nice effect. If you're going to change your banner, we talked about this last week, did we? I was on the Tuesday session this week. Any of you who are on the CA, you'll remember. Make it look nice. Make it an improvement rather than just a sideways move, right? If you're going to change your banner, consider at this point getting a graphic designer to actually design it nicely. You can check out all our banners. They're done by the wonderful Simon Clements. And it just makes such a difference. People assume, as I said on Tuesday on the design session, people assume that how you do one thing is how you do everything. And if your visual branding, if your physical appearance of your group is rubbish, people are going to assume that the rest of your work is rubbish as well. And I know it's not. That's an awful misjudgment, isn't it? But that's how people's minds work. If it looks like a 5-year-old did it, then you're not going to have any credibility, are you? So be prepared to freshen up and do this every now and again. Let me just put a couple of comments up here. Steffi says, just be freaking nosy. Works for sales calls, as group engagement. It certainly does. So Facebook user, don't know who you are. I'm sorry. If you can tell us who you are. If you catering to a very specific age group, I'm always locking those ages, but limiting potential reach and engagement. Well, any form of niching, and specialization, slicing the audience, doesn't really limit engagement. In fact, limiting your potential reach is sometimes deliberately a good idea, isn't it? You could say that the smallest viable audience is a great way to do it, isn't it? So yeah, have a think about this, but you might want to give the lower age range some room to grow into it. Right, okay. Yeah, so some good points there. Thank you, Facebook user, whoever the hell you are. Roy says the new name can't focus more tightly. Yes, it can. It's just a little bit of excitement, a bit of a novelty, isn't it, to actually do something. Elaine Collier knows only so well. Elaine is multiple times world mind mapping champion, and Elaine knows more about the way the brain works than most people with a brain on this planet. Over 50s might work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. Welcome home. Thank you. You need to revise your Facebook group. Well, you're here. You're very, very welcome. Yeah, so back to this. So freshen it up. Yeah, give it a name change. If you've got a new thrust to it, explain why. It's an excuse for doing some posts, isn't it? You can also, by the way, we'll come on to this a bit later, tell your audience that you're going to change it and you're thinking about this. You can get them involved, help them to change the name, get their ideas as to what to change it to. Okay, next thing is when you're down in the group posting, tag a handful of members in the comments to your next 10 posts and say, that's a good one, isn't it? If you tagged here, I'd really like to get your take on this. Or if you tagged here, I thought you might be interested in this. Yeah. If you tagged here, what do you think? Yeah. So don't do this in a shy and embarrassed way or apologize for tagging them. Don't do any of that nonsense. Be very overt about it. If you have a group with a few hundred members in it, let's say 300 for now, just for argument's sake, that seems to be an average of some of the groups we see around. If you've got 300 people in the group, tag 12 of them on the next 25 posts. There you go. My maths is good, isn't it, today? Ooh, I'm not too jet lagged to multiply 12 by 25 and get 300. So yeah, and tag 12 people in the next few posts over the next couple of weeks, different people. And that will at least have a chance of reaching all those people. Most people will get notified if you tag them. It doesn't work all the time, but let's not go into that. It works more than not. So if you tag someone in the post, do it on the comment below. so they can see it separately. So you put the post up, bang, there's the post, nice little funky little question, or some kind of engagement post, something hopefully a bit controversial, entertaining. And just say, if you tagged it, I'd like to get your take on this or similar, and select different people each time till you've worked through most of your membership. Now, those people who engage, by the way, and comment back, they're much more likely to get a notification off Facebook the next time you post. Yeah, they'll probably get a notification next time. And bit by bit, you're dragging them back into the group, kicking and screaming, you're dragging them back into engagement in the group. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't ever feel, by the way, that any of these tools Facebook gives you are spammy or rude or offensive. Facebook doesn't do spammy, rude, and offensive, right? It boots you off the platform if you're spammy, rude, or offensive. So Facebook's given us this tool to use, the tagging tool. So use it, tag people and say that. Give us a yay if you like that. If I'm doing well, by the way, just go yeah, right? If you like this, give us some yays and some enthusiasm, please. I need your energy to thrive off today, as well as my coffee. Well, how interesting. Jeff Brown has said, was it Jeff Brown? Yeah. Maybe a poll, says Jeff Brown. I hope you spelled that right. You didn't mean that I was maybe a poll. I know my accent's not American, but I'm definitely not a poll. I'm just being silly, aren't I? I am a bit delirious today, by the way. I'm a bit delirious with jet lag, so forgive me if I'm talking bollocks. Right, polls. Polls are great. We love polls. There's just something about polls, right, which means they're more engaging. And I think what it is this. Polls are very easy for someone to engage with, aren't they? If you post a general post, in order for them to show up and truly engage, they're going to write a comment. They're going to go on a keyboard and type it. Whereas a poll is multiple choice oftentimes, isn't it? It's easy. They're just going to go and click something, right? But you know what? Facebook has logged their participation in your poll. Facebook knows they've engaged with it. And again, the platform's more likely to show your next post to people who have voted on your poll. I'm just getting distracted here. Right, I'm going to show Mo's thing in a minute. Mo, good, but you made a good point. So polls are a great way to encourage your members to engage with minimal effort. And let me just throw this out as a nugget, by the way. Anything that you're doing on social or in your business, make it simple, make it minimal effort, right? One of the key reasons that people don't buy your offer is they think it'll be too hard for them to do. They won't buy your course or join your program because it looks difficult, right? Go away after this, have a look at your course with fresh eyes and say, is this the easiest it could possibly be for my people to do? People are not going to buy things that sounds like it's going to be hard. So minimal effort, okay? Ask in the poll, for example, what they'd like to get out of the group, what they're currently enjoying. All they've got to do is click something and they're in there, aren't they? That's a great way to revive a group. If you write a poll that says, hey, I'm looking to up-level this group. There's a word for 2023. I'm looking to up-level this group. I'm going to be putting out a whole bunch of new stuff. What would you like to see in this group? Right? What would float your boat in this group? What would be orgasmically exciting for you in this group? And then give them 3 or 4 options. And then click all that apply or type in your own. And then you can put free training sessions, free holidays abroad, free lottery tickets, whatever, to make a list of things that you're thinking about doing or you could potentially do in your group. And people will vote for them. And then, as I say, when they vote, you've got a little bit more reach then next time you post something. So I hope that's useful. Right, polls. Give us a yay if you like that one. Give us a yay for polls. Just say yay to polls. We like that. Yay to polls. Okay, next thing is how to use direct messages in conjunction with posts in your group. Okay, how to use direct messages in conjunction with posts in your group. So when you post something, it helps if they're already in your in your friends list, of course, because you can direct message more easily. But if you type in a link to your latest post saying, I'd really like to get your take on this, or I thought you might like it, or I thought you might love it, or something like that. That's a lovely little personal message, isn't it? You could say, I wrote this post and I thought of you. How about that? I wrote this post and I thought of you. Isn't that lovely? Nobody's going to object to that as a direct message, are they? I'm going to, because we all get loads of shitty, spammy direct messages every day. If you send one of your group members a DM that says, I wrote this post and I thought of you, what do you think? What are they going to do then? They're going to click on it. They're going to go to the post. They're going to react. Give it a heart. I can never do these hearts. How do you do hearts? You do a heart like that, don't you? Something like that. They might do a heart, or they might even comment, right? Love this post, they might say, right? So that works really, really well. If you do a copy and paste DM, make no apologies for that, of course. Well, why not? Just put their name, hey, Laura, I wrote this post and thought of you. What do you think? Bang that out. You could, I don't know, you probably send it to 20, 25 people before you got fed up or Facebook kicks off and blocks you or something like that. Well, you send people a message, then they'll hop on over to your group. They'll visit your group at the very least, won't they? Which gives you some algorithm juice, by the way. People visiting your group, and then if you're lucky, they'll engage with it. Okay, we're getting some good stuff here, aren't we? Are you liking this so far? Give us some love if you're liking it. Give us some hearts, or just say, yeah, love it, like it, like it, like it. Right, the next bit is variety is the spice of life. And here are some examples of the things that you can do in groups. Live streams. Here's one. Here's one. This is a live stream, right? There's a bunch of you here. We've had up to 40 people watching this live. Before the day is out, we'll have, a couple of hundred views on this, I suppose, won't we? Something like that. Yeah. So live streams, a bit of variety. People like live streams, and so does Facebook. You can post with a GIF if you want, one of those crazy little, loopy GIF type things, which is different to an image, isn't it? Engagement questions. This is probably the number one for engagement. Why we've all started calling them that is because they get engagement. Duh, right? So let me have a look. I'll put my glasses on. Look at today's example of engagement questions. All right. There you go. We did this morning. Does your Facebook group feel like a marketing asset or a frustrating time suck? That was strategic, wasn't it? Because when people answered that, guess what? I popped in a little thing to say, here, there you go, check out. And then there's a link to this video that you're watching now, folks. What else have we done? We've done things like, there you go, do you measure success by the amount of money you earn? That was one from Lisa. What's the most money you've ever spent to attend? So these engagement questions, engagement posts, it helps if you do them on these Facebook backgrounds. Just use the funky Facebook background because Facebook gives you extra reach juice for using one of their backgrounds. Don't labor over. This is where you get the backgrounds from. Obviously, this one here. So don't labor over creating some funky background on Canva because it doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't make any difference to anything. And Facebook just likes it if you use their backgrounds. Rooms is another thing. You may not have that activated in your group, but if you do, click on it, have a play around with it. I'm not going to talk in depth about a room right now, but it's where you can get a bunch of people together and do something specific with them. So that's quite nice. So as we say, look, variety will keep your members interested. Make sure it all remains on point with the ethos names of your group. There's a lesson in itself. Everything you do has to represent the ethos names of your group. Can't look like a foreign language, can it? You don't want to just show up with something ridiculous that looks like an alien wrote it or something like that. Good stuff. Jonny, get in my group. Events are good as well because that's what we've done here. So we've done this as an event within the group, not just an event on Facebook, but got it in the group. So I'm going to go on to the next one and say, don't stay in your group. Don't just stay cocooned in your group, right? I mentioned this session that you're enjoying right now in my morning email this morning. I put a link to it because we'd already scheduled it, right? So I was able to put a link in the email. So all around your other social platforms, drop links to selected content. Here's an idea. Look, when you've done a good post in your Facebook group, drop a link to it in LinkedIn in a post. Drop a link to it on Instagram in a post. Send an email, right? Because then guess what? All those people, I don't know why I did that. Let me click that. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Jeff, thank you for that. All those people who get that link have got to go to the group, haven't they, to see it? And if they're not a member of the group yet, and they want to see your content, they've got to join the group, haven't they? So promoting your group off Facebook is a fantastic idea. It really, really is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it really, really is a great idea. Okay, I have got some controversy going here. Woohoo! Okay, the @everyone tag. Let me just show you a couple of things here. From Mo says the @everyone tag feels very impersonal the way people use it. Correct. And the lovely Mia Hicks, thank you for this, Mia. The @everyone tag gets me to leave, not a fan at all. I don't care what your offer is. Right. I would challenge you on that, Mia Hicks, because do you know what? If the @everyone tag alluded to and was connected to something you were genuinely interested in and you really wanted to see it, you'd actually be quite grateful that it was drawn to your attention. Now, what I've said here is that you have to deploy it smartly. Okay, do not use this on every single post. I don't think we've used it in JHM for a couple of weeks now. So it means that the next time we do it, I'm going to do it on something really, really important to the group members, useful. Now I'm going to use my judgment there. And Jeff has said here, if the admin does it and it's valuable content, it's fine. Exactly, Jeff, exactly. The reason you get fed up with @everyone tags is that they're overused. And people do them on the basis of a post that is no bloody interest, right? If you're rubbish at content, promoting your rubbish content to more people isn't going to help, is it? It's not going to help. It's going to be the opposite of helping, isn't it? Sam is a great group admin. Sam admins a fabulous group. And she uses the @everyone tag for those posts I think are important people to read. If they're in the group, then they're interested in Instagram trading, free networking. Exactly. You know, you guys here, to a man and woman, you're enjoying this session, aren't you? You're enjoying this session, right? Now, wouldn't it be a shame if you hadn't heard about it? Wouldn't it be a shame, right? If you'd arrived here today because, and I didn't, by the way, if I'd tagged you in an @everyone tag on the promo and said, I really think you should be here because I'm going to show you 10 ways to revive a dead Facebook group, you'd have gone, thanks, Jonny. Would you? You'd have gone, thanks, Jonny. Yeah. Mo used it, but use it discerned. Exactly. So I'll just say again, you're enjoying this session here, right? And thank you so much for being here, by the way. There's still over 30 people here, which is brilliant after 3/4 of an hour of me yakking away, right? We've only got 3 more to go, don't worry. Only got 3 more out of 10 to go. But I just want to make the point and re-emphasize the point on the @everyone tag. If you today, this morning, had said, had received a notification that said, Jonny's tagged you and others in a post, you'd gone to the post, you'd looked at it, and the post said, join my free training this afternoon, 10 ways to revive your Facebook group. You'd have gone, brilliant. Thanks, Jonny. I'm glad Jonny tagged me in this and everybody else. The reason people despise the @everyone tag is because content is shit, most of it, right? Pardon my Friday afternoon swearing, but I'm in that kind of mood. Laura uses the @everyone tag. Lots of thank yous and engagement, but the value is high. Yeah. So it's not the @everyone tag that's a problem. It's rubbish content that's a problem. Can we all agree on that? Give us a yay on that, please, because that's an important point. If you agree that the @everyone tag isn't rubbish, it's rubbish content that's rubbish, give us a yay for that, right? Nobody wants to be tagged in rubbish content, do they? Nobody wants to read rubbish content, which is why it's rubbish, right? So I can't make that point more clearly. Use the bloody tag, right? Use the bloody tag. Yeah, I'm not saying your content, Elaine Collier. I'm saying generally, right? If people get upset when they get an everyone tag, it's because it's rubbish. Yeah, rubbish content, not the feature itself, is it? There's nothing wrong with that everyone tag. And I'll say again what I said earlier. If you didn't hear it, or if you just arrived, Facebook hates spam. Facebook hates causing offence, right? And Facebook hates rubbish content. It's not going to give you a feature to use if it's spammy or offensive, right? So the everyone tag isn't spammy or offensive. Okay. And, as Jeff says here, if you get tagged in Salesforce for things I don't want, then report it. I think that's not a bad thing to do. It's a bit mean, isn't it? Because the person who sent it, Jeff, might be well-meaning, but incompetent, shall we say. So I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do, but, just give people a bit of leeway, maybe. But yeah, I mean, it might encourage those people to learn better tactics, I suppose. Okay, number 8. Oh, there you go. Look, I've said this. Don't use everyone every post. For God's sake, it's just lazy. It's not going to help. It's just going to alienate everybody, isn't it? Once or twice a week might work. I do it less than that, to be fair. Probably once every couple of weeks. Okay, here's the next thing, guys. This is a really important thing, because when Facebook measures the importance of your group, or the engagement in your group, one of the engagement things is whether people are showing up or not. And there are many, many very complex calculations at play in the Facebook algorithm, to the extent that nobody on earth probably knows what they are, and certainly don't let us know. But you can guess this, can't you? And you can see this, that if a proportion of your audience never engages on your posts, then all they're doing is they're lowering the percentage engagement in your group, aren't they? So let's say you've got, 500 members in your group, 250 of which never engage. Then you've only got the other 250 with which to build your organic reach and build your reputation with the algorithm. Okay, so it makes everything more difficult, and it's an utter and complete waste of time than being there. So every now and again, you can go into Facebook and identify profile by profile when they're last engaged, or if ever. If you click on somebody's name's profile name inside your group, do this inside your group, right? Go to the group members, click on their name. There's a special form of the profile that is loaded by Facebook. And on that profile, on that truncated profile, it gives their membership behavior. It says when they join the group. It says what questions they answered when they joined the group, if you've got any entry questions. And thirdly, it tells you when they're last engaged, when they last liked a post or commented. And if it says they haven't in the last 6 months, boot them out, because they're probably never going to. And what this does, it improves your organic reach. If you've got a group of 250 members, all of whom engage regularly, then your group will grow more quickly. You'll have more engagement, and you'll get more business out of it than if you've got a group of 500 members with those 250 members in and 250 other members who never engage. Does that make sense? So be very, very staunch about this. This starts, by the way, when you let people in the group, right? Only let people in the group who look like your ideal clients, then there's more chance they'll engage. Ann Carter says, I'd have no one left. Well, bing, bang, bosh. Do it. Start again. Yeah, start again. Laura says, I wonder about this. Is there actually a ratio calculation? Views are also considered engagement, pretty sure, because it's listed in the engagement list. Yeah. Well, yes. I was actually in Facebook HQ, European HQ in Dublin 3 years ago now. Somebody asked this question, and they said, yeah. So group engagement as a percentage of group membership is one of the algorithm factors. Think about it. It's logical as well, isn't it? It is logical. Reach breeds reach. Breeds engagement, breeds reach. It's a virtuous circle, isn't it? So the more people are engaged, the more reach you get for your next post, that kind of thing. There's also something else at play. If people haven't engaged for 6 months, it means they're not getting any notifications about your posts. It means they've probably switched off the notifications, or at least Facebook isn't showing them anymore. So there's no chance that they're going to see any more of your posts in the future. I mean, as a first step up the list here, we said tag people, didn't we? So you've got 300 people in your group. A first step, Anne, before you call everybody, is to do what we said in point 2, I think it was. Selective tagging, tag a handful of members in your post. Just say if you tagged there, we'd like to get your take. See if you can warm people up first. But if they're not responding at all to that, it means they're not freaking interested, doesn't it? And there's no point in having dead members sitting around in your group, because, the algorithm's going to think that your community is generally uninterested, aren't they? So do think about that. Okay, here's number 9. If you're going to call people, wouldn't it be a nice idea to replace them with some other people? Yay. If you're going to get rid of members, get some new ones in. Get some new members in first. What about the lurkers? Well, how do you know the lurkers? I mean, also, Sam, my short answer to this is, what are you ever going to do with the ones who don't engage? Given that your Facebook group is a business tool, it's a commercial entity, isn't it? It's a part of your marketing outreach. What are you going to do with the ones that are invisible to you, that never engage and never do anything? I understand what you're saying, and yeah, there are people there who read your content, but so what? If they're never going to interact or do anything or give you any indication that they might need your help, how are you going to sell them anything? So that's another reason, isn't it? Warm up first, says Laura. Yeah, warm up first. What we said, I'll let you have this PDF, by the way. I'm going to put it in before the end of this call. But what we said in number 3 was, on number 2, tag people selectively, to warm them up. So let's talk about membership drive, number 9, shall we? Number 9 out of the 10 ways to revive a dead Facebook group. If you're on point with who your group's for and who your ideal clients are, then invite some really, really cool, on point, perfect ICAs to join your group. In fact, that's all you should ever do, in actual fact. That's all you should ever do. Nothing kills rich more than a stagnant group. By stagnant, we mean here not growing, not moving, right? And the algorithm just decides that the group is not being cared for. And, it's another side to the same coin of no engagement. If you've got no new members coming in, no growth in the group, don't forget the whole world is predicated on on growth. I'm really jet lagged today. Our capitalist society is predicated on growth, isn't it? GDP, growth in the country, growth in the economy. Businesses only get people buying their shares if they're growing. Your group only gets credits off the Facebook algorithm if it's growing. Get more people in your group, but the right people, okay? So having a membership drive by reaching out to other groups, LinkedIn, other places on Facebook, your Facebook friends network, and inviting them into your group is a great idea. In fact, you should do that on a daily basis. So this thing that you see on the screen, Facebook user, is a workbook, and I will give you a link to it. It's in our Google Drive. You get a link to it by the end of the session. So rather than checking them out to testing 8 steps on them, etc. So to test the rest of this stuff on them first before you check them out. Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look at one. So from Elizabeth, Papalia. Isn't it with private messaging lurkers checking? Yeah, look, don't ever be shy with private messaging people. Facebook's given you the DM facility, hasn't it? So there's no harm in DMing people. If you DM too many people, Facebook kicks off. But yeah, send a message and go, hey, I'm seeing you for a while. Do you want to be in the group or what? Definitely. Absolutely. Are we ready for number 10? Are we ready for numero DF. You're going to love this one. You are going to love this one. Make friends with other group admins in a similar but non-competing field and promote your work community in the space. Right. Now, we get people going, oh, I tried that and they kicked me out. Or, oh, they don't let you advertise. They don't let you have sales posts. Well, don't do sales posts then. Sales posts are rubbish anyway most of the time, aren't they? Don't advertise. Go in there and be their friend. Be their friend, right? I've made friends in that sense with 3-4 people. I mean, it's limited, yeah. Who I trust, whose work I know and respect, right? And I let them communicate with my members. Neil Stringer's one of them, I think of. He's a copywriter and a really, really nice guy. Neil Stringer would not rip anybody off more than he'd shoot his grandmother. He's a wonderful guy, lovely, lovely, friendly guy, right? And a brilliant copywriter. So guess what? I don't mind him commenting. In fact, I'm often tag him in a copywriting style post. So have a word with Neil, yeah? Other group admins will feel the same way about you if you approach it in the right way. And interacting with other groups means that you can mention your group. At least people can find you personally. And if you're smart, you'll have a link to your group, won't you, on your personal profile. So this is a really nice way to build an audience by tapping into other people's audiences. And maybe do the same back in return. Can we have a comment from anybody who does this? Here is Elaine Collier who does this. I'll make a couple of mind maps with their best posts and drop them in Instant Pals. Drop a comment in here if you have formed an alliance, formal or informal, with any other group admins. Give us a comment if you've got permission to comment and post in other people's groups, because this is such a powerful thing. What the principle here is that the easiest way to build an audience of your ideal clients is to collaborate with somebody else who's already got an audience of your ideal clients. That's quite a long mantra, but I'll tell you again. The easiest way to build an audience of your ideal clients is to collaborate with somebody else who's already got an audience of your ideal clients. All right? And that should be a right smack in the chops, because it is so, so, so important. Let's see what Steph says. I made a post in another group today starting with as a group expert and friend to this vibrant community. Steph, you are a genius. If I had a hat, I'd doff my cap. That is absolutely brilliant. So just read the words here, folks. Read the words. I'll listen to the words. Starting with, as a group expert and friend to this vibrant community, and invite to a free webinar. Bing, bang, bosh. Isn't that lovely? Yeah? Isn't that fantastic? So Mimi's got informal arrangements through group admins who like me to post. Yeah, of course they do. Listen, the devil's in the detail there. If your content's rubbish, everybody's going to think it's rubbish and they're not going to like you, right? So get good at writing content. And then people like good content, don't they? People love good content. Elizabeth Papalia is collaborating involved with other group admins. Okay, good stuff. Collaboration, amazing. Yeah, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You make my eggs, I'll make your eggs. Or something. Only Laura knows what I'm talking about there, don't we? Let's have a look. What else we got? What's your group? Haha. You don't have to ask me what my group is. I'm Jonny Ace Marketing, for God's sake. Yes. So collaboration. So let's have a quick scroll back up, and then I'm going to give you something which you'll love. So freshen it up, new banner, new name. Selectively tag people in posts. If you tagged it, I'd like to get your take on it. Number 3, polls. Fantastic, aren't they? Polls are really great. We love polls. Direct message, DM selected members and say, look, I'd like to get your take on this post, and then put a link to the post. The link to the post, by the way, I'll just show you quickly how to do that. This is a really cool feature you might be aware of. If I want to tag if I want to send this post to someone, what I do is I go to the timestamp. You can see where it says not. Oh Jesus, I'm doing the wrong one. Hang on, just a moment. Let me do the right share. I tell you what. StreamYard is a bit of a dick when you're trying to share a particular screen. It's not going so well. Hang on a minute. Okay, so I'm going to share this one. Okay, right. So here's a post in JHM. If you want to send the link to this to somebody, where I'm circling here, there's a timestamp. It says 9 hours. That's when I did it. Okay, if you click on the timestamp, it opens the post on a separate page. And all you got to do then is go up to the URL bar up at the top of the page and copy the link to it, and it will send it to somebody else. Okay, so I hope that's useful. Let me get back in my PDFs. I'm going to unshare this screen because you're going to love this. You are going to love this. Stop that screen. I'll present another one. StreamYard makes it quite hard to actually share screens. Okay, so experimenting with different content types was number 5. Number 6 was promote your posts in emails and other places. Drop the links to your content. Using everyone tag selectively. The NB is don't use it on every post, for God's sake. People are going to get fed up with you. Strategy number 8 for reactivating your dead group is to cull inactive members. Strategy number 9 is have a membership drive, get some fresh blood in there, some new people. And then collaborate. As Laura Brennan says, we love collaboration, don't we, Laura? Collaboration is fantastic. It's a tit for tat, if you like. Right, Mo likes the idea. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, Bob Martin's. Here we go. Good stuff, Mo. Well done. I'm going to give you a bonus because we like a Jonny bonus, don't we? Jonny bonus number 11 is to, for God's sake, be consistent. Build a consistent habit. Right now, this works in any group at any time. You should be doing consistent posting. Build some kind of consistent habit about how you show up. I do an engagement post every day. I do an evening post every day, which is a little bit more of a long form thing. But it's your group, it's your business, right? This is your business. Start taking it seriously. When people say to me, oh, I can't be bothered, I have to do a post every day, all this sort of thing, I just going to take a step back and get a reality check, right? A dose of reality. Imagine if you had a business as a local bistro cafe thing, a coffee, let's say at a coffee shop, keep it simple, right? What would you do on a daily basis if you owned a coffee shop? Well, you'd get up, you'd go to work, right? You put your barista cloak on or whatever you were wearing. You'd open the door, you'd switch the lights on, you'd clean the coffee machine, right? You'd set the tables out, put the knives and forks out, whatever, I don't know. You'd make sure everything was clean and ready for your customers. At the end of the night, you'd do the opposite, wouldn't you? You'd decommission a coffee machine, clean it all out. You'd put all the chairs on the tables upside down. I don't know why people do that. Why do people do that? Put the chairs on the tables upside down, right? And you would, and you'd lock up, turn the lights off, and go home, wouldn't you? So treat your Facebook group like a real business. Actually do the bloody work, right? Do the bloody work. Laura loves it too. It's your coffee shop, isn't it? It's your coffee shop. Go in there, clean it up, sort it out, put the cutlery out, right? Make it a great place to be. Treat it as a social cocoon. What the hell is a social cocoon? Well, I'll tell you in a minute. I'll just give you a link. But it's a free business tool. It really is. It's like you've got a coffee shop, but you don't have to pay rent, right? It's free. Just do it. Go do it. Go do it. Go do it. Right. Finally, the nuclear option, right? If none of that works, don't be afraid to bin it and start again. If your group is totally and utterly crap, then start again. Start again. Some groups can't be revived. Some groups are on life support and you've just got to switch the bloody machine off, right? And start again. All right. So if you're serious about building your own group, by the way, and this isn't a pitch fest, this links in the thing I'm going to show you. But I'm going to put a banner on the bottom here because I'd like you to have a look at this before you go. You're going to absolutely love this. If you can open another browser window, do it right now. bit.ly/SCA-23. This is a link to the following page, and I'm going to show you it any second now. I'm going to show you it, SCA-23. So let me show you what it is. I'm going to show you this. This is called the Social Cocoon Academy. And though I say it myself, it's freaking amazing. It is the best piece of paid content that I've ever created. for various reasons, not least because it's really, really inexpensive to join it. It's called the Social Cocoon Academy, also known as Make Money from Your Free Facebook group. And if you join this, I will give you in this very short program the exact process that's built my group to 6,500 members and over $1 million in sales. I'm not exaggerating there. We did $1 million in the group in total just before Christmas this year. We made that million, if you like. It's called the Social Cocoon Academy. The link to this page that you can see on your screen now is bit.ly/SCA-23, all lowercase. And this is what it is. It's a 3-stage video course for you to study at your leisure. And you've got all these bonuses. You've got things like name your group the easy way, how to name a group, right? How to design your group banner, how to invite people, all the DMs that you'll ever need to invite people to your group, how to please the algorithm. We talked about that a bit today, didn't we? Cheat sheet. How to never run out of post ideas. The ultimate engagement post template pack. So even templates to post. And I'll give you a massive bonus. You can have a chat with me, a one-to-one Zoom call with me to walk you through this Social Cocoon Academy, as it's called. bit.ly/SCA-23. It is cheap as chips. It is $397 in dollars. That's all you got to pay. There's the checkout on this page as well. There's a whole bunch of more stuff. I'm not going to go through it with you, but if you want a Facebook group that works, if you want to make bloody millions from your Facebook group or even thousands from your Facebook group, here's how to do it. There's quite a bit of explanation on this page, which I will leave you to look at after this call. If you want to join it, I will throw in a exclusive chat with me. You have 30 minutes and I'll walk you through the whole bloody thing. It's only $397. It will never be any cheaper than that. We're bunging the price up next week, in fact. There is a timer on here for no other reason than we are going to take it off sale because we need to revise the pricing. It's nowhere near expensive enough. It's only $397. So have a look at this, bit.ly/SCA-23. I'll leave that on the screen for a little bit longer today. It's called the Social Cocoon Academy. It's going to show you all this fantastic stuff. Yes, Mo, I will put the link in the chat. If I'll put the long link in the chat so you can join it. I should have done that. You've done it for me, Mo. Thank you very much. I've also put a long link in case the bit.ly link has failed and doesn't work. But it is absolutely amazing. Just click the bloody thing, buy it, don't even think twice about it, and you and I can have a proper old chat, personal chat about your Facebook group, and we'll try and make it work for you. Laura Brenner, thank you so much, my darling. I love you too, to say the least. I'm also going to put a link in the bottom. To this PDF. So I'm going to unshare the screen right now, and I'm going to come back in. I'm going to give you a link to the workbook that you've seen right here, and a link to the workbook, because I want you to download this for free. So this actual link will not cost you out. It will be utterly and completely free of charge. I'm going to pull it out of bit.ly any second now. It is here. I'm going to put it in the comments. So Anne Carter, are you watching this on Facebook, Anne Carter? Yes, you are. So in this post, I'm going to drop the link to the Social Cocoon Academy. Just bear with me a second. So Anne Carter, if you have a look in the Facebook chat, that is the link to the Social Cocoon Academy, where you've got every little bit of information that I've ever gathered together, every bit of training on Facebook groups, and it's there. In fact, shut up, it's me talking. Right, okay, fantastic. So look, I don't want to lose anyone. Let's be very, very clear on what we've achieved today. So there is a link in the banner at the bottom, bit.ly/SCA-23. It's a very, very inexpensive paid for program. It's only $397. Grab it while you can, because we're revising the price after this session today. It's going to be more expensive. At $397, it is an absolute bloody bargain. It's a 3-stage video course that shows you how to set up your Facebook group, how to get members in your Facebook group, and how to monetize your Facebook group. There are also 6 bonus PDFs in there that you can literally use to create content that you can use to create membership invitations and all the rest of it. It's a business in a box for a Facebook group, basically. And it is called the Social Cocoon Academy. bit.ly /SCA-23. It's this page right here that you can see on the screen right now. So that is it from me today. I hope you have enjoyed it. The link to this PDF is also in the chat here. It says bit.ly. In fact, I'll just give you that on the banner. So if you look at the banner right now, there is a different bit.ly link, and it says bit.ly /10-ways-FB. You've got to type it exactly like that. For some reason, bit.ly is case specific, so you need to use the capitals where there are capitals. So if you just go to that, that's a free resource that I'm going to give you just because you're here today, because you've been good enough to sit here with us on this session. So that's bit.ly /10-ways, capital W, -FB, both capitals. And what I would dearly love you to do is go have a look at the Social Cocoon Academy. So the blue thing you can see on the screen, Social Cocoon Academy is a 3-step video course. These are the 3 parts of it. In fact, I'll show you in more detail. These are the 3 steps: membership, motivation, which is how to get your members motivated to actually do something and buy your stuff, which leads into monetization. So those 3 tips are contained as 3 videos in the Social Cocoon Academy. There's lots of people on this page seeing nice things about it. Membership, motivation, and monetization are the 3 key things. And it's the end-to-end process that we use every day to nurture relationships, create over 6,500 members. And we have genuinely generated, I don't throw, you know me, I don't throw numbers around, but we genuinely generated over $1 million in revenue from the Facebook group, in which I use this system every single day. So all the insider secrets are here. Go to the page bit.ly /SCA-23. If you want to buy that today, I will give you a one-to-one chat with me thrown in as a free bonus. So buy my stuff and goodbye. Just to finish up, give us 1 word in the chat, fingers on keyboards, give us 1 word in the chat which describes what you got from today. Give us a word from today that gives you that describes your feeling. How do you feel about what you got today? Give us a word in the chat how you feel about what you got from today. The 10 ways link, by the way, is now on the screen. bit.ly /10-ways with a capital W -FB is there on the bottom of the screen for you. Give us 1 word in the comments just before you go that describes how you feel after the session today, and I will type, I will show these. Lord's incredible offer, value, enlightenment, clarity. There you go, lovely. Inspired, enthused. That's a nice one, isn't it? I'll be using the tagging people in post thing to boost engagement. Yeah, must do. Bought. Oh, bless you, Alison Hughes. Thank you, my dear. Thrilled, says Laura Brennan. So join Alison, buy that stuff. The link to actually buy and join the Social Cocoon Academy is now the one that's on the bottom. So bit.ly SCA-23. It is as inexpensive as it ever will be. It's simply $397, and contained in here is a 3-stage course, a simple 3-part Social Cocoon Academy course to study and implement at your own pace. And we've got 6 bonuses of these amazing PDFs that are literally going to spoon feed you and walk you through how to set up a group, how to name it so it works, how to design your group banner, how to send non-spammy direct messages to get people talking to you, how to please the algorithm for engagement, how to never run out of post ideas, And finally, the ultimate engagement post template pack. But the most massive bonus, I think so anyway, is you can have an actual live chat with me. You can book a session with me. There's a link within the Social Cocoon Academy to actually book a call with me, and I'll walk you through how to set up your Facebook group. So it's all there. There's a little explainer video at the start, so you can listen to me yakking on further if you want to. But just buy it. Just buy it today because it's only $3.97. It is as cheap as it ever will be. Let's just look at your final comments. Laura's thrilled. Roy is engaged. Elaine is pragmatic, as you always are. I am too. And with that in mind, I'm going to stop talking because I've run out of words. I'm slurring my words. I feel slightly drunk, like all good jet lag makes you feel. I'm still drinking coffee at 5 o'clock in the evening, so I probably won't sleep for another night tonight. But I have to say, it has been absolutely brilliant to have you all here today. Link to the PDF. Nancy Fairbrother, I keep doing that. I keep putting the link in. I'll leave you with this, right? It's there. bit.ly/10-ways-fb. Worry not, listen, I'll post the link to the PDF on Facebook. Nancy, I can see you. You're in the group, so I'll send you a link to it. I've got to go because I'm just about to drop. I love you all lots. It's been a wonderful session today. So inspiring to have you all here. Thank you so much. Now I have run out of words. Can't talk anymore. Have a fantastic weekend, whatever you're doing. I'll see you very soon. Love you. Bye.